Today I'm going to talk about The Cloud Roads by Martha Wells. The back of the book says, Moon has spent his life hiding what he is, a shapeshifter, able to transform himself into a winged creature of flight, an orphan with only vague memories of his own kind. Moon tries to fit in among the tribes of his river valley with mixed success. Just as Moon is once again cast out by his adopted tribe, he discovers a shapeshifter like himself. Someone who seems to know exactly what he is, who promises that Moon will be welcomed into his community. What the stranger doesn't tell Moon is that his presence will tip the balance of power, that his extraordinary lineage is crucial to the colony's survival, and that his people face extinction at the hands of the dreaded Fel. Now Moon must overcome a lifetime of conditioning in order to save himself and his newfound kin. So this is the very first book I've read of this kind, and I absolutely love this book. I'm giving it 4 stars, and let's just talk about it a little. So we follow the story of Moon, a solitary Raksura who has developed into manhood not knowing where he came from or even what type of people he belongs to. He is described as a shifter, one that can change from a flying creature into a walking creature. Orphaned at a young age, he has been moving between groundling camps, which he never fits in, and to whom he can never reveal his true self. He lives in a constant fear that if a groundling sees him shift into Raksura form, he will be confused with the enemies of all creatures, who are the Fel. So when he shifts, he looks like a Fel, which all the people of the world are scared of. They are very dangerous animals. Okay. So one day a flying creature like himself rescues him from a very deathly situation and takes him off to a floating island so that he can heal. And Moon and the rescuer take that time to ask each other questions about where they come from and who they are. Stone, the Raksura who rescued him, explains that they live in a place called the Three Worlds. There are several types of creatures living in the world, consisting of groundlings, skylings, and sea creatures. Some of them are obviously interchangeable and have that ability to shift into another form. Moon decides that he will travel back with Stone to see people like himself, learn about where he may have come from, and what other possibilities his future holds. But each step of the way they have to be smarter, stronger, and faster than the Fel that are taking over the world. The Fel are slowly destroying the other creatures to defy their own devastation. All of the creatures in the world are experiencing sickness and low breeding numbers, but the Fel have some advantages over those creatures, and they have their eyes set on the Raksura to salvage their dire situation. So the writing was very descriptive and overall very vivid. There are so many levels of nuances within each type of species that it did take me a little bit to start grasping the roles that they play in their societies. But both the Fel and the Raksura had different level rankings, and they had some levels that could shift and some that couldn't. They all had different roles in the society, but the twist of adding the rare shifters in it made the book more fantastical and really envelops you into the story. So there's repetitive descriptions as you read of the people throughout the story as well to help you remember, which is great. It's not to the repetitive point that it gets annoying. It actually is very helpful. And there's so much adventure, world building, and action that before you know it, the story's over, and you really do want to be there longer. You want to be in this world longer. So I sure hope that there's going to be continuing stories. By the end of the book, you're fighting for that happy ending to come, and you understand all of the creatures and their plight and their need to grow in number and survive, how they can work for or against each other, and the overall message that we all need to find a place to belong. So I hope some of that made sense. It does come with kind of a glossary in the back of the creatures, what they look like, what their ranking is among their society, and then every once in a while there's a rare character, and those are fantastic. So happy reading. Thanks for stopping by.